Coming up in today's video, glamorous tennis courts, teeny tiny hotel rooms, beautiful churches and trams, and some Teletubby hills, as we travel by plane, bus, and metro from the drab and rainy UK to the stunning Czech capital of Prague. Hello and welcome to another video. Today you join me in my hometown of Middlesbrough and we're going on a trip to Prague, Vienna, Bratislava. I thought on the channel I'd do a little bit more of behind the scenes of how I get to and from different places. We'll see how it works out, a little bit more of a vlog style. So the first thing we need to do is go and get the bus because it's due in about 10 minutes. As you can probably tell, I don't really do early mornings unless it's a travel day. First job today is to make it to Manchester Airport, which is around 145 kilometres away. UK transport has been utterly chaotic since I returned to live back home after the pandemic. We're heading off from the ever-glamorous Middlesbrough bus station and using National Express for the full journey to the airport, with a bus change in Leeds. People have asked why I don't use more trains. Well, the trains are just a disaster at the moment in the UK, with extortionate pricing and unreliable service, as we'll see on the way home. Taking a closer look at the map, this is the plan for the full trip. Firstly, get to Manchester Airport, fly to Prague for a few days, before heading to Vienna, and finally on to Bratislava, where we'll loop back to the UK, having taken in 3 countries and travelling approximately 3,360 kilometres. There's about a 20-minute gap between buses, so let's take a look around. A couple of travel centres, some pay-to-pee toilets, followed by free ones around the other side, random, and every Brit's favourite, Greggs. Steak bake. And outside we're being served the usual British summer weather. So we've made it to a rather cloudy and rainy Leeds. I have to change buses in about 15 minutes to go to Manchester Airport. I should say that today's mission is to get to Prague in the Czech Republic, or Czechia as they now want to be known. The next bus is, as I said, in about 15 minutes, so we're going to have a quick look around Leeds market and then go and find that bus so that we do not be late for the airport. Okay, let's go. Rain in the eye. Love the colourful artwork on the entrance walls. Gotta say the rest of the market is a little more downbeat. But as you can see, there's a variety of randomness to be purchased: fruit, burgers, hot dogs. Grab yourself a new stylish outfit while you're there. Bit of a graffiti pause because why not? Only the UK could put on such a display of grey and drizzly weather in July. So let's hope in Central Europe the weather's going to be much nicer than this, because I'm not really prepared for rain. Well, yeah, kind of am. Anyway, need to go and find the bus so that we don't miss the connection. Spoiler alert, the weather in Central Europe was, unsurprisingly, way nicer than in the UK. Heading out of Leeds, passing Leeds United's Elland Road Stadium, the weather's taking a turn for the worse on the journey across to Manchester. After another hour or so, we're arriving in the city centre for a quick stop at Chalton Street coach station, before it's back on the road for another half an hour to Manchester Airport. I did a little walk around for the how-to airport video. As you can imagine, I'm probably gonna moan about the weather. So after about 3 hours, we've made it to Manchester Airport, a very rainy, wet, in typical Manchester style airport. I might do a little airport tour video as well, separate to this, because I'm quite early. I don't trust the buses or the trains at the moment. In the UK, the trains are just all getting cancelled. And the buses are cheaper, but they tend to be more reliable generally. Having said that, quite often a bit late, so it's better to book it well before your flight. So I have a few hours before I actually need to be at the airport, so it's time for some food, tea or coffee, cake, and then maybe a wander around the airport for a little airport video. Let's go do it. Whizzing around the bus, train and tram station to get lots of informative content for the airport video, it was then time to head into Terminal 1 as we're going to be easy jetting to Prague. And boom, we're through security, and in true British fashion, it's time for tea. followed by a look around the array of shops. Well, I'm through airport security and officially already tired. See the eyes going, trying to look at the camera. Probably a good time to try and get some cheap food, do a little bit more on some other airport videos about Manchester Terminal 1. Yeah, this definitely was too much of an early start for the ultimate night owl. Enthusiasm is on the wane. Need to grab some food to perk me up. A good way to avoid ridiculous airport prices is to use the Too Good To Go app, which reduces food waste and gives you a cheaper price of things that shops are going to throw out. Here we're getting a late afternoon bag which should give us around £15 worth of food for $4.99. Let's have a whirl around some of the other food options and then go and pick it up. So we've got 2 baguette sandwiches and a muffin. They can go into my airport shopping, in inverted commas, bag. Always handy to pick one of these up, particularly from somewhere like WH Smith, to carry extra stuff on board without getting snagged by the Ryanair or EasyJet people. It's finally time to get on the plane. Let's get to Prague. Woo! I didn't film too much on the flight other than the food, and quite honestly it was distinctly average. I'm glad I didn't pay £15 for that. And with that, after a couple of hours in the air, we're landing in Prague. Huge queues everywhere for Brits since Brexit. Can't blame the Europeans for rubbing that decision in our faces, I guess. From here it's out to catch the bus to Nadrazy Veleslavin, which takes just under 20 minutes, a pretty simple connection. There's a full tutorial of this on the channel as well. I'm probably still not saying the names of anywhere exactly correct, but I know the Czech viewers will make sure that I know about it if I haven't said it correctly. Eek. So we've arrived in Prague. As you can see, it's now night time. It was a long time getting through the airport. Short flight, about 1 hour 50, but easily probably 45 minutes to get through the airport. Now I've got my little ticket. If you want to know how to get to the city using a bus and the metro, which is the cheapest way, make sure you check out that video. But for now, I've just got off the transfer bus 119 and we are going to go into the subway to Nadrazy Veleslavin, I think is how you say it. Joining the green line here, which I think is line A. They're actually A, B and C, but green, yellow and red is so much easier and cooler and fits with the theme of the channel. So we're joining the green line here and zooming towards central Prague. Prague Metro has 3 lines, as I said, and it's really easy to navigate. Here at Museum, we're heading on to the red line or line C towards the hotel area, Nadrazy Holosevice. So finally made it to the closest metro station to my hotel, so it should only be a couple of streets away. Let's hope it's pretty easy to find. Luckily it was very easy to find from the metro station. Time to check in. Whew. So finally made it to the room. Mini Mino by name, quite mini by nature. It's pretty cute though. It has everything you need: double bed, ensuite bathroom. I'll do a quick tour. So the bed is pretty much the size of the entire room, which I don't actually mind. People probably hate that, but I prefer that than a single bed. Mirror, door, and a little teeny tiny bathroom, shower, sink, toilet. What more could you need? So, gonna sign off for today. It's been a long day. I've been up since 5:30 a.m. It's now 11. I think it's just past 11 p.m. Czech time, which is about 10 p.m. British time. And I have a lot of sightseeing to do, and I also have to get up for the free breakfast because everybody loves a free breakfast. So I'm gonna sign off for today. Goodbye. Always forget to look at the camera. Goodbye. I did munch the other 2 Good To Go baguette before bed. Yeah, don't pay £15 for upper crust at Manchester Airport. Day 2, slept pretty well. The bed is actually quite comfortable. Room was a little bit warm. It is July. So it's time to go down for the free breakfast and then get out and record a subway video for the channel. Woo. And yeah, as I said a bazillion times, not a morning person. Quick flick through the breakfast room. I didn't get in early enough to show off the full spread before it was hastily munched up by all of the other hotel dwellers, but it was honestly pretty good. Anyway, time to head out for a metro line adventure. So that's breakfast completed. Pretty good overall. Cereals, toast, fruit, teas and coffees, ham, cheese, traditional kind of continental style breakfast. I don't think my video did it much justice because it was at 10 o'clock just when it was finishing, so the residents of the hotel had destroyed most of it. And now I'm off to, I think it's Letňany at the end of the Red Line, and I'm going to be making a video adventuring through Prague on the Red Line, so you'll be able to check that out on the channel as well. And then there'll be more updates from just random other stuff today as well. So it was time to roll all the way through Prague on the Red Line or Line C from Letňany down to Haje. The area around the first station was great for intros because it was pretty much in the middle of nowhere and hardly anyone was around. We were then off on foot and by metro through some of the stations on the northern part of the line, and I had luckily started to wake up by this point and whipped plenty of enthusiasm for these areas. Was already impressed to see a variety of station designs, particularly like Strizkov or Strizkov, I don't know, I can't remember all of the pronunciations, but I know if I get them wrong I'll probably get more comments, so yay! It was then under the river and just by chance, because of where the line travels, back towards where the hotel is. Luckily it was turning into a pretty nice day weather-wise. Plenty of cool street graffiti to feast my eyes on and a funky little fairground as well. This was a really nice area to walk through back towards the river. Great thumbnail inspiration too. And it wouldn't be Nick on a Metro Line adventure filming day without a pit stop somewhere glamorous for tea and cake. Nom nom. And yes, you do need to have milk in your tea, no Costa's not that glamorous, and yes, I do interrupt most Metro Line adventures to do this. More graffiti tunnels lead us towards a bridge-tacular river crossing in search of Florence Metro Station and Florence Bus Station. Little D2 was slightly off the Metro Line, provided some stunning views. From Florence Bus Station I then committed the biggest crime in Prague Metro video history and skipped the central train station Hlavní na Dráze and got absolutely rinsed for it in the comments of the Red Line video. Or Line C, I got in trouble for that as well. Oops. So here's a few shots of the central train station included here. It was then onto the replacement bus section of the line, which was kinda irritating and sweaty at the time, but led to one of the absolute highlights of the day, Vyšehrad. This stunning fort and grounds was just a spectacular place to chill out and enjoy the views, well worth watching the full video if you haven't already to see more of that in greater detail. It was then off towards the southern end of the line and the next stop, which I'm reliably informed should be pronounced, best Russian mafia voice, Kodov, rather than Chodov, which I said a couple of times. Who knows if I still said it right. And yeah, with metro station names, it's always the ones you think are easy that'll trip you up in the end. I have videos coming up from Budapest and also from Warsaw, and the Polish ones I'm not sure I'm even going to try and pronounce. Finally, we meandered through the area surrounding Opatov and took the last metro ride to Haje at the end of the line. Overall, one of my absolute favourite Metro Line adventures, one of the best performing videos on the channel and lots of engagement, so thanks very much for that. Look how happy I am doing the outro to that video by the Teletubby Hills. So, just wrapped up the Red Line subway adventure video in Haje, so we are going to head back to the metro station and then back down the Red Line, probably hang out in the centre for a little bit. Obviously I have to take that replacement bus again between one of the stations, Prosnani, something like that, to Museum, which is pretty central, so I'll probably just get off there and see what there is to do
maybe eat, chill, get a cup of tea or a coffee, something like that. So let's see where we end up.
Which is pretty much exactly what I did, and checked out, see what I did there, some of the many fabulous sights that Prague has to offer. Coming up in part 2 of the Central European Odyssey, we go behind the scenes of the Yellow Metro line video and take a sunset excursion up Vitkov Hill. And we delve deeper into the Green Metro line video and take an evening climb up to Petrin Tower. Look out for the next instalment on the end screen or uploading soon.